Hello everybody, welcome. It's me back again. Here we are now. These GP bowls, which you saw me making, are all now. I've been having to keep them wrapped up because of the heat around here. They dry so quickly. So what I'm about to do is just keep a few uncovered there on the end of the board, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to put them on the wheel head. We want to swing the camera now over that away, and I'm just going to very quickly trim these. I'll just show you how to do that very quickly. So get rid of that gauge, we don't need that. Damp the wheel head. Dee-dee-dee-dee. 4:10 here. 11th of August in the afternoon. So you see, damp the wheel head, damp the rim of the pot. Now don't make it totally sloppy and wet, okay? Drop it down, tap center it. You know about tap centering, don't you? We've touched upon that subject, haven't we, once or twice? Okay, now what we're going to do is very quickly now, just going to use this first one as a chuck. So, alright, now that one, I'll just put my seal on it. Okay, right, now I can just get the next one, put it straight down on top of there, a couple of little taps. This is really just to clean up the form. It's not any kind of major trimming exercise. It's just a very quick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those over there. I haven't got board space at the moment. Now, because I'm really only just trimming just the base here, just get them on center. I say more or less. What I really mean to say is, if they're not 100% on center, it doesn't actually really matter, because you're only actually just skimming off this, such a small amount we're taking off just there at the base. So now I know we've done this before. You've seen me do this before, but you can see it again. Won't do you any harm. Okay. Repetition is the learning tool. Whoa! Nice breeze like that. Could do with a few more breezes. Now you see, working in this way that I am, you'll see that I fairly eat through them. It is a quick way of doing it. While we have a slight what I'm trying to say is, well, I can't think of anything to say. More related to what I'm doing here. First of all, thank you for all your comments and things, and I know I don't get around to answering everybody. Forgive me. I sort of, when somebody writes me a comment, I think, well, actually, I covered that in a previous video. If they just sort of if you took a bit of trouble just to go through the videos, you actually find the answer to that question. Those sort of questions I don't answer, simply because, you know, sometimes we like just to ask questions just for the sake of it, sometimes without actually really. So just look through the video, sometimes you'll find that the answer is there. I've already touched on it, gone over it. But however, I always like to try and answer people. Ooh. These two stuck together. Oops. Having this extra thickness here because of the rolled rim, it does give the pot an extra rigidity there. Strangely, in my training, when I was working for my father in the Lower Down pottery in Devon, England, the bowls that we made there, Dad never used to roll the rim, and I've often wondered why, but a great many of these GP bowls, remember they're put face to face like that, you see, in the kiln. A great many of them, if you don't actually get them exactly opposite, they're just very slightly to one side like that. If you're not careful in the kiln when you pack them, if you pack them a little bit skew-whiff like that, you'll find that in the course of the firing that they'll warp and one will fall down sort of slightly inside the other one, and then they'll go out of shape. They'll be oval, or some would be cracked. And there are a great many like that actually that I saw that were cracked and were oval. I suppose Dad just didn't like the idea of that sort of thick rim. He wanted a finer rim. So it was actually my brother Johnny who I saw doing the rolled rims and got me into the idea of thinking, well, actually rolled rims actually a very sensible and very practical idea. And I, you know, I emulated his good example. So no, but that's what it's like, isn't it? I mean, you know, you see a good idea, you emulate it, or you copy it, or you interpret it in your own way, don't you? There's no way that my GP bowls are the same as Johnny's. They're not. But. So none of us are original, are we? We all copy from somewhere or another. We all like to think we're original, but you know, we get inspired from nature, so we're just copying from the creation, aren't we? So not even that's original. But it doesn't matter. We don't have to go around thinking we're original the whole time. Biggest load of baloney I've ever heard. Try to intellectualise art and make us out to be more important than what we are. Anyway, crumbs, must be maybe out of time here on this clip. Hey folks, I'll see you around, okay? Take care, keep practicing. See you in the next clip. Bye now.